All right, y'all. Welcome back to another video, man. We are reviewing The Boys season 4, episode 6. This one was interesting. Very, very weird. I'll put it that way. Probably the way I can put it. I guess we can get started with Tech Knight. Showed up. He was in Gen V, and he showed up back up in this episode. And he is into some strange things that I forgot he was into. Yeah. And they made it, they tried to make him seem like he was like a Batman knockoff because with the butler and everything.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So how we feel about Tech Knight in this episode?
Man, but spoilers for me, but I just feel like this episode was unnecessary for me. I just feel like the boys they do a great job of shock value, of good writing, but I just feel like in this episode it was just too much. It didn't really like bring the story forward in any way. I just think it just made Huey always just violated in some way, and it was just tough to see. It was just too much to me for me. But yeah, Take Night's. I'm glad he got what he got at the end. So it's all good.
Yeah, I can agree with that to a certain extent. I think I wanted to see more Sage and what's her name?
The white girl.
Firecracker?
Yeah. Not Firecracker. The one that's running.
Newman.
Newman. Yeah, I wanted to see more of them to, in action, and I feel like that little interaction they had was very, very interesting. And I wanted to see more of that, and Homelander too with the three of them, and I think also Butcher's interaction with the scientist was pretty good too, and I like that one. Yeah, he finally noticed that. Oh wow. But yeah, so that's yeah. This episode was all over the place. It really was. It did feel like it was all over the place, and I just wish that they focused on. But I mean, it's cool, coming to put both shows together and how they have, how they interact in the same universe. But yeah, it was all over the place. I think that whole thing was unnecessary, to be honest. But it's the boys. They're bound to show you some weird stuff, some weird actions. So it makes
all that though. Like, do we have to see all this?
I mean, oh, it's the boys. I mean, come on. You gotta expect the unexpected with this show. So, and this is a good example of it.
Nah, I was not expecting all that. We have a Spider-Man knockoff, Webweaver.
Right.
And wow, it's I don't even know what to say about that, honestly. We're gonna move on right past it.
Yeah, we didn't even get to see much of his character anyway, so I can't really speak on that one.
He ain't really have nothing to show.
He really didn't. No.
Drugs.
Yeah, he was just hooked up on drugs.
Yeah.
But let's get the episode was mainly about they was at this political party, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Homelander, Sage, and Newman were trying to what are they trying to do?
All the people with money and influence was in that room, so like they were trying to get them on their side.
Support. Yeah.
To get it away from the president, because the president doesn't want the soups like in the office. So.
Right.
And then Sage, I guess Sage was supposed to speak there, but she got shot in the head, so then she lost all of her.
I will say one thing that was probably the most funny was the fact that when Newman looked back at Sage, and they were just staring at each other. That was probably the funniest thing, one of the funniest things I've seen this season. Like I actually laughed when I seen that. That was funny.
I mean, that was good to see what happens when she gets shot in the head, and how like she basically turns into a whole baby, and it, you know, her coming back to her old self. So that was interesting to see how her, well, I guess her powers work. Well, some part of her powers, I guess.
Remember with this, she got shot in the head. She will survive. So
Yeah, she did say that. She did say that. So yeah, it makes sense. Um, I think the main person, the main focus of on this episode was really MM. MM was going through it throughout this whole episode. This man's stressed. This man is over the edge, and yeah, I don't know how long MM is gonna be able to do this, because I feel like this man's ready to quit, call it quits, and be done.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I was like real confused. Like, why is he just now having these panic attacks? He's been dealing-
He's always been on edge since like beginning of the season. He's been on edge. So I don't. I mean, he's under a lot of stress, so it makes sense. And not only with that, with work, but with his family and whatnot. So yeah, it's
yeah, A Train's doing some good deeds now. Yeah,
Yeah.
got the kid looking up to him.
I think that gives me all that gave me all I need to see. He's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. Whenever someone tries to do something right, you know, they end up dying. So I think this is the end for A-Train.
Yeah.
And that the league wasn't found.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That also puts Sage in danger too, because they thought they found the leak, but they didn't. So it's gonna be interesting to see how what Homelander does to the group. So it's gonna be interesting. And yeah, I guess we'll get to it. Yeah,
that should be interesting.
I was gonna bring up Firecracker. It's too much.
Oh, right, Firecracker. My goodness.
My thing is, how does she even know that?
I mean, she's playing her cards right. I mean, you know what I mean? She's bound to get kicked off. She might as well get closer to the man with the most power, which is Homelander. And I think it's a good way for her to stick around longer.
But it's like, how did she know that Homelander was like he liked milk like that?
I mean, people be going through his room and stuff. So like he had those milk things in his room. I don't know. I think she's obsessed with him, so she had to have some type of insight.
Nah, the way this happened, that had me dying when the milk came out of her, and then he was like,
Bro, I thought she had two or something.
"Oh my gosh, yo!" The way he was like,
Because I'm like, what is going on?
I was expecting something normal like a tattoo, but then she shot milk out. I was like, what the heck is going on?
"No!" I was like, "What the heck just happened, yo?" But nah, that's hilarious. Let's talk. Okay, there's one scene I do want to talk about when she was breastfeeding him, and that whole background, you know, the American flag, and him, Homelander, with the whole, like, you know, with, like, I was trying to construct of what that scene, that specific scene means, and it's very interesting, and I don't know, I couldn't really like come up with anything. Did you guys like think of anything? Did you guys like?
I couldn't even think of none because it was just the moment was just like,
Yeah.
wow.
I mean, there's multiple symbols with that, like kind of like the countries being
babied, maybe, or you know, something. I don't know.
If we leave the country in the soup's hands, then this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be toxic and very it's not a good environment for the country. So
yeah.
So,
yeah, that scene really stuck with me, and I was trying to figure out like what, like,
it's a
what's
good
the
shot.
say again?
It was a good shot though. I like the shot.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, and that's why I was like, there's something there. I just couldn't, wrap my head around it. But yeah, I think that was one of the best scenes from the episode.
Let's see. Then we got Butcher.
Mhm.
Honestly, if Kyle didn't say that last episode, that the thing with the dudes in his mind, I would not have guessed it at all.
I mean, it was pretty obvious. I mean, that's because like he was the only one interacting with them, so it made sense.
And the way he was positioned in some of the shots, like it was very weird.
And you're right. In a lot of the shots where they were playing devil's advocate. Like you would see a shot where Butcher, but then you would see them behind Butcher. So kind of like in a way, like they were playing like devils on Butcher's shoulders and whatnot, and which was very, very interesting. That's why I was like, huh, okay, that's a really cool way to put it.
I feel like it was more clearer this episode, but like the past episodes, I didn't really see it like that.
Mm.
I don't know. I just didn't catch on.
I mean,
there's just small hints that, like, me and Sam have some experience too.
Yeah, for real.
I was letting look up this time around.
Right. Honestly, because it kind of makes you, it kind of makes you think like, is anything that they're doing is real? You know what I mean? So and and then this was a good this was good writing and good good placement of characters, and they did a good job with this one.
Yeah.
I
did think that's the most that's probably the thing that was done the most service. It got done well. I just think it was well planned out.
Yeah, I agree. The scientists letting Butcher know that this is the what's it called? The vial or the cure or whatever.
The virus. I don't know.
This is a virus.
Yeah. So apparently it's a basically a genocide for soups.
Yeah, it can get airborne. That's what he said.
Yeah. But so wouldn't it affect humans too, or is it just affect soups and soups only?
I think just soups, because of the genetics, it would attack the DNA.
Okay, makes sense.
So that's tough. Honestly, that's a tough situation to be in, bro.
Yeah.
Did they say it was strong enough to kill Homelander or not? Not yet.
They said it would be, but if they were to make it, it would kill every suit, not just him.
Right.
That's insane. Well, I put it like this: humans aren't born superheroes. They have to get injected with the V. So I know it sounds wrong, but like,
technically Ryan was born a super
because they made him, right?
No, Ryan was born a suit.
He's the first one.
He's the first one, yeah.
But he's gonna probably be the only one though.
Yeah, that was a special case because they can't have children.
Right.
So if they were to, because I'm pretty sure I'm probably thinking like, let's say like probably 20% of the world is soups, maybe. So it's not a big majority.
That's 20% of the world is a big majority.
I mean, but even that, you think it's 20%?
I don't think it's 20%. I would say like 10,
maybe 10. Yeah. So it's not a bad idea.
No, the reason I don't agree with it is because like I feel like a lot of these people didn't choose to be superheroes, and like I just feel like that's just not morally right to do it to every single person that's super. Yeah. But like even though 85% of them are just terrible people, but so.
Oh man!
But the scientist he's not going to make the V. I mean the virus though, because
he doesn't have a choice really.
Yeah, he does. He can either die or make it.
I don't think he is though. I don't think he's going to make it. I mean, I hope Butcher understands, but who knows?
Yeah, Butcher not gonna go through with that. That's insane. But it is a solution. I put it that way.
Also true. Yeah.
Because I just don't think there's no other way you can kill Homelander at all.
Yeah, haven't really seen this dude, hurt or damaged or any way. So
That's what I'm saying. So like, you have one solution right now if you choose to go through with it or not. But yeah, that seems like all of the episode, right? So let's rate the episode.
I'll start. I'm gonna give it a 6. I just think this was one of the most poorly executed episodes. That the writing was sloppy, pacing was sloppy. Just unnecessary scenes. I just feel like that we're uncomfortable. Yeah, we don't have to traumatize us every episode to make us feel something.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. You gonna go? Yeah.
I'll probably give it 6 too. Yeah, I think it just completely went left. I feel like they could have focused more on the party, the political party itself.
Mhm.
Downstairs madness that we saw. Like that was a lot. That was a lot of the episode. Now that I think about
It really was. Yeah, it really was.
it, like a lot. So yeah, I would probably give it a 6.
Valid. I would give it. I would say it's 6.8. Honestly, I know, right? I know. I mean, there were some good moments. There were some good moments. Starlight and Firecrackers interaction. MM's whole situation. Sage and Newman. There's some good, interactions there, but yeah, I do agree. A lot of it was a lot of nonsense, and and showing the gory, weird about what the soups are. I feel like in Kyle, you said it perfectly. It's like you don't need to scar us with weird scenes every episode, and I do agree. But there are some pretty notable decent scenes in there. Butcher and the scientist, Butcher and realizing that, oh my gosh, I'm insane. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I think they need to kind of like just focus on the story, like get to the action. So yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned Starlight. Let's be real about Starlight this season. Do you think she's a good person this season? Because like she keeps saying like apologizing to Firecracker, but it doesn't seem. I don't know. It just don't seem genuine. Because at the end of the day, she keeps like hitting her or knocking her out. It's like, are you really like sorry?
I mean, they're both on a different side. They're not on the same side. So I mean, she's not only protecting herself, but I mean,
But it just doesn't seem like she's trying to like make amends with her. I don't know. It just don't. I just don't get that from her.
I feel like she was genuine with it, but she also didn't want to get killed because Homelander's on the other side of the house. So.
right.
But
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And,
Well, you got some more saying?
I was gonna say, Firecracker did mention to Homelander that she was in the building.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting to see how that turns out next episode. So
she got off the hook because because we already know what happened. But,
yeah.
Well, yeah, man, that's gonna wrap up this video, man. Stay tuned for episode 7, which should be coming out really soon, actually. Like, comment, subscribe on this video. Go check out the TikTok. And yeah, I'm Chris.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm Sam.
And thanks for watching.